I cannot have Christmas Day without bread sauce, and especially Boxing Day with leftovers, cold turkey sandwiches and bread sauce. Hi, I'm Lisa Faulkner and I'm going to make a really easy bread sauce recipe perfect for your Christmas dinner. First, I'm going to get 3 cloves, and these are going to be pushed into my onion, and this is called a clout. It's going to sort of be a flavour vehicle for my bread sauce. So this onion goes into my pan along with some milk, a pint of milk, and I'm using a Ocado own range. Then I've got some nutmeg. If you've never made bread sauce and you've bought it, after you've made it once, you'll never ever buy it again. And already you can smell Christmas. Then I've got some peppercorns, about a teaspoon, which seems like a lot, but all it's going to do is infuse into this milk. A pinch of salt, and then I'm just going to bring this to a slow simmer. So this is bubbling away. Just bring it up to a bubble and then leave it for a couple of minutes. You can give it a little stir if you want, just to make sure that all that nutmeg and onion and clove go into that milk. And then I'm just going to turn that off and set that aside. So now we're going to get the bread, obviously for our bread sauce. So it's about 3 or 4 slices of bread into my food processor. And don't use the dry breadcrumbs because they just don't work. And that is that. Usually I make a whole load of breadcrumbs, put them in the freezer, and then you've always got them. I've got my cooled liquid here, and I'm going to put my breadcrumbs into the pan. And then I'm going to strain the milk over the breadcrumbs so that I don't have any of those peppercorns or the nutmeg or the onion, but I have all that flavour. And just let that sit for about 5 minutes, just so that it really just smooshes up all of that flavour. So I'm making my bread sauce now, my turkey's in the oven, but you could make this the day before. It would last up to 2 or 3 days in the fridge, and you could, I think, freeze it. It might just need to be stirred together, but it'll be all right. So I'm going to stir this sauce together on a low heat, a little more pepper. So if you think it's looking a bit too thick, just add a splash more milk. And you'll see, you don't want it as thick as porridge. You want it sort of in between porridge and rice pudding. I've given this a lovely stir, and you can see you keep stirring it and it comes together, so it's not completely smooth, but it's not really lumpy as it started out. So I'm now going to add to this some butter, using Ocado's own butter. Nice block, it's Christmas. Mix that in. And then I'm just going to give it a little taste. And it just needs a little bit more salt, tiny bit of salt, and a bit more pepper. Put this into my bowl. Just a little extra nutmeg over the top. Done. Now I've just got to wait for the turkey.